Trump tweeted out an insanely racist video on his timeline yesterday, and we're gonna have to talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please step out of the hallway.
Dead. Break up soon, and I'll kill more.
And this is racial agitation at its finest. It's identical to the racist Willie Horton attack ad, except this time it's directly tied to Trump as he campaigns like a madman across the nation in an effort to drum up support for the GOP, and the closer the midterms get, the more vicious Trump's attacks have become.
You know, only thing that regret is the kill too. I wish I kill more of those motherfuckers. Kill more cops soon.
This is Luis Bracamontes, a criminal who killed 2 police officers in California in 2014. He's getting the death penalty. So why is Trump laser focusing on this one violent maniac from before he was even president? To promote the incredibly damaging myth that immigrants are violent criminals and that Democrats are somehow responsible. Which is why the montage then continues with footage from previous caravans of asylum seekers moving into Mexico, and that we should be very worried. For what exactly? Because countless studies have shown over and over again that the criminal immigrant myth is totally false. Crime has been going down as immigration has gone up since the 80s. Both undocumented and documented immigrants are convicted of crimes at much lower rates than native US citizens. Even in Texas, a state famous for big stakes, its rule of draconian law, and sizable undocumented population, illegal immigrant criminal conviction rates are half those of native-born citizens. And I'm not talking about total numbers, okay? I'm talking about rates. And that's the thing. White nationalists and politicians who demagogue to them know that there's no truth to the violent immigrant myth beyond racial agitation. So now they're trying to claim that first-generation US citizens are also bad. If they're born into the wrong family, maybe they're second-class citizens.
Hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrant children are made automatic citizens every year because of this crazy policy, and they are all made instantly eligible for every privilege and benefit of American citizenship at a cost of billions of dollars a year. That's what it costs, billions.
Ending birthright citizenship is a cornerstone immigration policy for white nationalists. Imagine living in a country you are a citizen of by birth, and the president is literally claiming that your citizenship is not real and that you're in fact a burden to the government, costing taxpayers billions of dollars when you yourself are a taxpayer. Now imagine that president also claimed that Mexicans were rapists and drug dealers.
They're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
Now, imagine an administration that shows no concern for the humanity of those coming into the country as legal asylum seekers, so much so that they use child separations at the border as a deterrent. Concentration camps for children.
I have been inside federal prison before. I've been inside several county jails. This place is called a shelter, but effectively these kids are incarcerated.
But according to Trump, that super unpopular and cruel plan will continue with indefinite concentration camps at the border for all who dare come into the United States.
They're not coming into our country. And one other thing important, we're not doing any releases anymore. We're not going to release and let them never come back to trial. We'll build 10 cities, we'll build whatever we have to build.
And concentration camps aren't enough either. We also need to mobilize our troops.
As far as the caravan is concerned, our military is out. We have about 5,008. We'll go up to anywhere between 10 and 15,000 military personnel.
We have 10,000 troops in Afghanistan at the moment, so we'd be deploying more troops here, even though the caravan is here, approximately 860 or so miles away. So this is nothing more than idiotic posturing to rile up rabid Republican voters to go out and vote, once again, against their best interests. But this isn't just moronic posturing either, it's also terrifyingly effective.
You know, they have a word. It sort of became old-fashioned. It's called a nationalist. And I say, really, we're not supposed to use that word. You know what I am? I'm a nationalist, okay?
Immigration is the ultimate red herring for the Republican Party. It's a non-issue, which is probably why 75% of Americans agree that immigration is good for the country, and virtually every single economist agrees that immigration is a net benefit. Immigrants contribute way more than they take, they're less likely to be criminals, and they assimilate to American culture by the 3rd generation, a fact consistent with historical immigration data, regardless of ethnic background. Which is why this tightening of the vice grip on immigration with racial pandering is terrifying. First, it'll be undocumented immigrants, immigrants. Then documented immigration, as the administration moves to abolish family reunification and even naturalize citizens and green card holders whose entire lives could be taken away from them at a moment's notice. But since immigrants aren't doing any of the things Republicans claim they're doing, we'll then move on to natural-born US citizens. Must be those second generation of immigrants causing all of our problems. Except they're not. Meanwhile, as we fight amongst ourselves, the wealthy continue to hoard more wealth and power and take what's rightfully yours and tisk the rest of us about civility and how our nation is more divided than ever. Who's more uncivil? The administration that's actively lying and threatening the future of millions of Americans exclusively to get terrified Republican boomers to go out and vote against Medicare for all and a variety of other things that all Americans would greatly benefit from? Or is it the Americans trying to hold together our nation that's literally falling apart? I'm Hassan Piker. If you're gonna go out and vote them out, please share this video with your friends and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, please support TYT by going to tyt.com/Hassan and joining TYT membership. There's a competition right now with all the other hosts and I have to beat them. And for a longer conversation, go to my Twitch at twitch.tv/Hassanabi. I am live every day when we talk about a variety of different political subjects. And this has been The Breakdown.
Never miss another breakdown video by ringing the bell below. You'll get notified whenever we publish something new. Also, don't forget to join TYT today. Download our TYT Plus app on your phone or head on over to tyt.com/join.